G'day everyone, welcome to the show, and today's show we're going to be coming from Swan Road in Midvale, whatever it is.
The syllables begins with an M. Midvale, we're in Midvale right now.
That part where we Swan Street, Swan Avenue.
Well, we're not that technical, but anyway, there's woods out here and there's trees, and you know, there's a lot of chopping getting ready to go on.
That's right, we're here to show you a little bit about chopping and wood chopping. We haven't done it for a couple of years and whatever. Some of us have gas
apparently,
heaters.
James used a lot of wood on his vacation.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Thanks for that, Wayne. And Axemen, you gotta do a bit of stuff today?
Yeah, take my hand with an axe, yes.
Something about your man in that hand. I don't know where we're going there. But
maybe soon he'll be known as Axemen.
Axemen, yeah.
And James, let's get the, as we always say, let's get the
balls and all rolling.
And James, you gotta listen to a story.
I actually thought it was action hand, but anyway.
Oh, wait a minute. What about the jacket? You gotta tell everybody about the jacket.
Well, I am a race professional, and for my 10-year service to NASCAR, they gave... No, I just bought it in Vegas. We're actually going to a story, speaking of cars,
yes.
Which
Dale Earnhardt.
Dale Earnhardt, the poor man who crashed into the wall, I think, a few years ago.
Did you tell everybody this? This is a classic and you can't get this over
That's
here?
right. It was because he passed away a few years ago in a car crash. And speaking of cars, and I hope you don't crash, not your crash, we went down to the Speedway about a month and a half ago. And sorry, Peter Jones, your interview didn't come out, but here's a couple of other ones from there. So check this out. Speaking with Andrew Foster, how are you, mate?
Yeah, going well, mate. It's good to be at Ellenbrook Speedway. We've been running Bibra Lake this year for points down there, but always wanted to run the Brian Rose Memorial. Been racing for 28 years, so never had the chance. We bought a street stock, and now we're having a run in the Brian Rose. I used to race against Brian's daughter Karen up here in production cars, so just an event we've always really been chasing. We won the last heat. We're a little bit down the points in the other heats, crashed out in the first and relegated in the second, but hey, we've got to win then, so that helps our points, and double points to the final, and you just got to take it easy, set back at 20 laps, it's a long distance. Yeah. And just see how it goes.
You've got to have a bit of strategy when you go into that one, don't you? You don't want to go too hard and too early, don't you?
Yeah, the problem is everybody's really going to be gunning for it, and 20 laps, you just got to try and settle into a rhythm, and if we can keep pretty well the rhythm we had the last heat, I'm sure at the end of the day we'll be up there, and the aim is to finish in the top 10. That's what we come here to do today, and the car's good, a little bit bent in the first one, but we straightened it out, and we're all set for the final, and really looking forward to it. As I say, very prestigious event on the Ellenbrook calendar, and we certainly look forward to the 20 laps remaining. And a lot of good cars here today. My good friend is from Narrogin, Wayne Bird. I've been racing with him in juniors back in the 70s down there. Michael Hammond, another driver. So there's some good cars here today, and it's going to be very, very close racing, I think.
Okay, so you've only had this car for a few weeks. Where'd you get it from?
Right, we were actually leasing the car for 2 meetings off a guy called Paul Cord, who had it on behalf of Terry de Boink. We really liked the car after 2 meetings at Bibra Lake, so I bought the car, ran it myself last meeting and this meeting. So yeah, no, it's a good car. It's a very competitive car. Terry de Boink just came up and said, I'm not putting any pressure on, but 2 years ago it run the Brian Rose Memorial. So the pressure's on a little bit for the boys. They're all here and they really want to see the car go well. And main aim is to be the first Sigma over the line. That's what I'd like to be, the first Sigma home. There's a few Sigmas here, but to be the first Sigma home and run in the top 10 will be great.
All the best of luck to you anyway, Andrew.
Thanks very much, and all the best to the balls and all guys. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Now I'm speaking with Mark Wynn, who's actually your first time here at Ellenbrook, is it?
Yeah, that's right, mate. Yep, first time here at Ellenbrook.
And where do you usually race? Which area do you come from?
I'm from Northern myself, but I normally race at Querriting, Calabarin, anywhere there's a race meeting, really.
You had to come a long way to get down here. How you find it today?
Yeah, very competitive, mate. Very competitive. Yeah, some good cars here. Yeah,
it's good to see you got a Holden out there. You know, go the Tirana. how's it going out there compared to them forwards?
No, not too bad. A couple of fourths and a last. But,
won't mention that one or anything.
The Falcons are pretty quick, mate. Yeah.
What's it like racing in the country?
Yeah, it's pretty much the same as here, really. Yeah.
And, what initially got you started in it?
Well, my late father-in-law, really. He paid for my car. No, he never raced, but he just paid for my car to get built and sponsored me, and he passed away just before Christmas. So
you go and give it a go.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Love it, mate. Been racing about a year, so.
So what do you got to say? Anyone out there who's thinking, I don't know if I should do it or not?
Oh, do it, mate. Do it. Yeah, for sure. Eh?
Balls and all.
That's it.
Thanks for talking to us. I hope you go well today.
No worries. Thanks, mate.
Thanks, mate. Now, speaking with Rod, and you're driving the pink machine behind me. How's it all going today?
Oh, I've been a bit ordinary, a few mechanical problems, but and a clout with the wall, but we're straightening her out and we're keeping it going.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And what with the wall?
A clout.
All right.
Yeah, a little bit of a interval, if you want to call it that. Yeah.
Okay, you race down here a lot, do you, Rob?
Oh, on and off, yeah. Mainly do this meeting once a year and race all around the country tracks, so, yep, all over the place.
Yeah. Well, there's quite a few guys here from the country. How do you find it out there?
Oh, very friendly, very friendly. Yeah, no politics, just good racing, good, clean, honest racing. Yeah, you have a prang, you just jump in and help everybody else fix their cars.
That's always good spirit, isn't it?
That's it. Yep.
And how long have you been racing yourself?
Oh, about 7 or 8 years now.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, a friend of mine, he was already in racing, he was doing very well, but he needed a good engine mechanic, so I started building his engines, and then he bought me a car and got me into racing.
So never looked back since?
Not yet. If you look back, you're going too slow.
That's a damn good point. And how have you gone so far in your career?
Oh, I only got 2 trophies so far, but very proud of those. Yeah, getting a good reputation. Everybody knows me, so yeah, no, we're getting there. You are getting there.
Now this lovely pink machine behind me is actually for sale. Is there any contact details, and roughly what are you looking at?
At the moment we're looking at about $2,000, brand new motor. We just panelled and painted it last night, but it's a little bit of a bingle in the back, but we can fix that. Basically 6 brand new tyres with it, all the gear I've got, $2,000, take it away, not a problem. Good competitive car.
And the number if anyone wants to get in contact with you there?
9376 1767.
One more time for the camera.
9376 1767.
Thank you very much for your time, and I hope you get well today.
Thank you.
Thank you to everybody up at Ellenbrook. Now I'm here talking to Bob Reynolds, who is the president of the Progressive Axemen Association. And speaking of axes, we've been trying to get some people axed for quite a while now. We'll see how we go. How you doing, Bob?
Fine, thanks. Yes, we're just AGM, and we've just a small shop, but we'll get along all right.
Okay, then we will talk to you about with an axe maybe doing Moose's hair later on in the show. Now, basically, how long you guys been going?
Well, I've been chopping for 46 years. So, and today I've got a sore shoulder, so I'm not chopping.
Okay, then. Just checking. We just saw a mullet. I mean, Moose just went by. Now, okay, 46 years. What got you involved in it?
Oh, my father used to chop, so they're just natural. He didn't make me chop, but I just like to chop, so you have to be a little bit dumb, I think, to chop for all that time, because you don't get very much money out of it. It's small prize money, but it's just you just like chopping logs and tearing a log in half.
Okay, then. Now basically, back when you first started, were there a lot of associations around, and were there a lot of people in it? How do you compare it when you started to how it is today?
There was only, when I started, there were 2 associations, and one was a rogue association, which broke away from the main body because politics in the game.
Yeah.
And now there's 3 clubs, and we get along very well together.
Oh, excellent. And the good thing is, Bob, if you guys don't get along, you know, somebody can get the axe. So you just sort yourselves right out.
That's right, yes. No, we get along very well. And the axes are, where we used to use a 4-pound axe, now we're using a 6-7 pound axe. And the axes are much better than they used to be.
Now age group wise, like, is there a certain starting point that you like people at, and how far can you go?
Well, you would have seen in that event then. That was a novice event. The youngest fella in that was 12.
Okay.
And the novice event is ones that haven't actually won an open event, like this first one here. Now this is a 300mm open event.
Okay.
And we held 3 heats of that today, and the first and second go into a final of 6. Yeah, and the novices. But now we hold much. Back when I started, if we had 4 or 5 big chops in a year, that was it. Now we have them just about every weekend from September to June.
Okay, now do you have any current champions or any budding superstars in this group at the moment?
We've got the 2 best axemen in the state here today, Steve Reese and Todd Gallagher. They're competing here today. They're I'd say it's toss up between one wins one time, but Steve Reese, I think, is the West Australian overall champion at the moment.
Okay, then now, what makes a good axeman? I mean, what is there a certain training or anything you have to go through?
Yes, you have to train. You can learn all the basic style of chopping. The axe must enter the wood in the right way, but if you haven't got strong form,
kind of like a relationship.
Yes, yeah. If you haven't got
wood in the right way,
you can get a little fella that'll do it right and use his whole body,
Yeah.
where he'll beat a big bloke that's just using his arms.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of technique in it, but you must be fit. It's quite hard to cut. Your action man will find out afterwards. It's quite hard to cut one of these logs off.
Yeah, he definitely will. I'm sure. And I'm looking forward to that. And actually, we're kind of hoping that Action Man does get the chop today. But anyway, now, if somebody wants to get involved with the club, is their phone number?
Yes, there's a phone number. I have to read it off here. That's 92964479, and that's Bob. That's me.
That's Bob. Everybody, this is Bob. Say hello to Bob at home. Yeah, it's good.
My own phone number.
Yeah, okay. Then. Could you give us that phone number one more time?
92964479.
All right, then. And we'll just wait and see who gets the chop. Now,
just before you go to the story, because we've got Action Man here, and he needs to learn how to do this, doesn't he?
Yes.
So we'll get someone maybe to show him how to do that. Is that right?
Yes, we'll get him on the log down here. We'll get the state champion to show him.
Yeah.
that'll be good, because actually, Action Man, we're bringing him along slowly. The other day, he learned how to put on his clothes, and so now he's going to learn how to chop. So he's getting well.
Well, I think chopping's possibly a little bit harder than putting on your clothes, but
You haven't seen Action Man in action yet.
depends where he's running from when he's put his clothes on.
All right, then. Well, thanks a lot, Bob.
Rightio, thank you.
All right, then. Now we're going to go to a story that's a bit hairy. We're going to talk about rabbits.
G'day everyone, Moose here at the Cannington Greyhounds, and I'm having a chat with Robin Boyd. Is that right? Board? Hi, Robin. You're not bored being here, though, are you?
No.
And you're with the Southern District Rabbit Club. Tell us a bit about that.
It's a rabbit association. We breed and show rabbits, and also we try and teach the public about their pet rabbits and help them with some of their problems that they may have. And if the rabbit needs to go off to the vet, then we suggest the best vets for them to go and see.
They might specialise.
Yeah, and specialise in the rabbits, whether
Now,
it's dental.
a lot of people get rabbits for pets and whatever when they're cute and small and cuddly, and then like cats or whatever else, they actually get bigger.
Yeah.
And then they have problems with rabbits digging holes and all that kind of stuff. You guys give them tips on that kind of stuff?
Yes, we do. What we suggest is don't let your rabbit run around in the backyard. They're a domesticated rabbit. They're not a feral rabbit. They're better off to be left in a hutch. If you want to take out and play with them, take them inside or have them in an area where you can control the rabbit, not leave it running around the backyard, because if you leave it running around the backyard, it thinks it's a wild rabbit, and then it's impossible to catch it. It'll either run away from you or turn on you and try and bite, and also strike at you with its front feet.
Because it's still an animal, of course, aren't they?
Oh, they're very smoochy. They love their loves and cuddles.
See this here. What's your name?
Christine.
Christine. And what's this one here? This is the stud rabbit, I've been told. What's his name?
I don't know, he hasn't got a name.
Boris. Hello, Boris. How you going, mate? Yeah, they're nice and fluffy, aren't they?
Yeah, well, they're cashmere, so.
And what's your name?
Tanika.
Tanika. And what's your rabbit's name? Has it got a name?
Fig.
What is it?
Fig.
I thought you swore at me then. And
Fig.
that's a nice little rabbit, isn't it? And that's your why did you call it Fig?
Fig.
Oh, F. How's that spelled?
F-E-G, I think.
F-E-G. And what made you name it Fig?
It's her big sister's rabbit.
Oh, okay, cool.
Just rhymed with its mum. Egg.
Yeah, because its mum's name was Egg, so she called it Fig.
Oh, Egg and Fig. Oh, that's all right. Now, there's different types of rabbits. See, this one with like the long hair, and this one with the short hair. They're all. We know there's.
They're all different. There's a lot of different types. You've got fur rabbits, which this is basically a fur rabbit. It's bred for its meat and fur. That's what it was originally for. This rabbit is also bred for its fur, but it's actually in the fancy. It's bred for its fur. You can cut the fur off and spin it into wool, and it makes lovely gloves and hats and things. And they make a lovely pet, where this one, if you were taking its fur, you'd actually have to kill the rabbit to get its fur, which is really sad.
Yeah, it is, especially when it's your pet, you know.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of other kind of coats you can get anyway.
That's right.
Now, someone wants to. First of all, where do you guys meet? How often do you guys get together, and where at?
We usually meet once a month, and quite often we meet at the Cannington Hall.
Okay.
We've got a show, judging show, and also there's pet classes in it as well, so the kids can book in their pets and show their pets on the day and win prizes and that. And that'll be on the 9th of June.
the 9th of June. Now this
Which is a Sunday.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what, every fourth Sunday or first Sunday of every month or something?
No,
Second?
no, it just depends on when we can book the hall.
Okay, all right. Now we're talking about the hall, which is just off Canning Highway, Albany Highway, sorry, on the left as you come into where the Greyhound track is.
The largest hall at the front there.
Now we see the details on the screen right now. The phone number 9621-1881, and you can talk to Robin, bored, but she's not bored because she's happy playing with rabbits. Thanks for talking to us.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, girls.
Bye-bye.
Well, here at the Axemen Association, they come in all shapes, sizes. As you can see right here, this little fella here, they come in all ages. Hello, Tiger. How are you?
You say g'day, mate.
Say, what are you going to say? Say it to everybody.
Say g'day, mate.
There you go. There you have it. All right, we're going to be back with more from what's happening here right after the break.
Welcome back from the break, everybody, and now I'm speaking with Steve Reese. How you going, mate?
Good, thanks. Yeah, as you can see, we're going to put this man through his paces and see how go at chopping a log.
Now, before we do that, we just watched you. You had a 47-second handicap, it looked like, and you end up finishing first. How long have you been doing it to get to that kind of standard? And what do you think is the reason why you did it so quick?
The experience, probably more than anything, and probably technique.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be the biggest chopper around, but and I started when I was 12, very young.
Yeah.
3 generations of Axemen in now in the family, so it's all helped. It takes a lot to become, to that actual stage of chopping. So. With the experience of the other cutters, my father and his grandfather, it's actually helped a lot.
Yeah. Now, do you know where the sport actually originates from, or what started it all? I mean, was it just everyone's got to chop wood, so you can do it quickest, or?
That was about it, actually. It started off...
Because if that is it, I actually got a big log at home. Mum's been trying to get me cut for about 6 months, and if you'd come round, you could do it in a few minutes, I'll give you a six-pack.
Actually, after this, I think you'll be able to do it yourself after this training session.
Axemen to do it for me.
Exactly. Axemen. He looks keen. No, it started off in Tasmania. Back in the 1800s, and as back then a lot of people worked in the bush, so, and one person said to the other, well, I think I can cut that stand block quicker than you, before that tree it was back then, and so they put up a challenge and put a few dollars on it, and from then it became competition, and it was, like I say, it's the oldest actual recorded sport in Australia.
That's awesome. Now, do you get to go to other states and compete as well?
Yeah, we travel around. All the major royal shows are the biggest competitions. Sydney Royal is like the Wimbledon of wood chopping.
Yeah, really.
And of course Perth is right up there too. It's a very big show as well. So a lot of the world Axemen will be there chopping again this year.
And how do we in the West compete to everyone else in the East?
We are a bit behind them from over that side. There's a lot more competition on that side, and more competition just adds for better Axemen. So we are behind the 8 ball a bit, but we're definitely getting a lot stronger. Yeah, definitely.
That's awesome. Now we've seen your fine work. Do you think you can show Axemen how to do it as quickly as you can? Obviously not, but we can just give it a go. And can you just give us some pointers here?
Well, if he finishes with 10 toes, I'll be happy anyway.
That was another of my questions. Has anyone ever had any problems here? You've seen?
Yeah, there's been a few lose a few toes, but very, very rarely.
If you could just demonstrate now. Okay, can you just talk us through what he has to do here?
Yeah, well, Axemen actually in this he's a left-hander, so he'll compete. Well, he's chopping on the left-hand side, and he'll start with a bottom hit and a top hit, another top hit, and then go to his bottom, and you actually cut in a round, in an anti-clockwise round. You will be cutting. So we'll see what his style's like. We'll step back a little bit, so we, one scoop. Yeah, that's we still. So rightio. So as I shot, just pick the axe right up, as you've seen I was doing before. Yep, in that, right up over your head, and then just come down. Not too much angle. That's it, and slide your hand through. That's good. You got good penetration there, and now hit a bit more towards the top. Oh, I think we need a bigger chip than that. No, he's hitting quite good there. Yep, he's getting the idea of it. As you can see, he's spraying his hits a little bit, but the pace has picked up though. I think he's nearly got a front in it, he has.
What is he doing wrong apart from...
Well, he's starting to get a little bit of a scoop motion going there. He's going all right though. Action Man's got the he's got some technique.
Now, do people usually watching, especially when Action Man's coming, have to wear safety glasses, or what is the
yeah,
safety do?
I think well, steel caps aren't allowed because you can ruin a good axe. But,
all right.
but as you can see though, he's trying hard. Yeah. I reckon the best way when they're first starting is let them wear themselves out a bit, then you can teach them something.
Yeah, well, we always try to get him out to do new sports and wear himself out.
Exactly.
But his technique, obviously he's got to move more to do it properly. You go more on the outsides, would you?
Yeah, you start off mainly with the technique, the way he's bringing the axe up. He'd be longer hits, and he's not going too bad. He's picking the axe straight up and down, which is, I've only told him once that, and he's already doing it. So, but now it's just a matter of lining up hits and going into a pattern, and getting more of his body into it. He's using his arms and shoulders, but his legs are pretty well not working there at the moment. And
so it's pretty much a full body motion. Like obviously, like you said, he's using only his arms. And he
exactly.
looks pretty, knackered.
He's not bad though. He's fairly fit. He's doing quite well there actually.
Now the logs they use here, obviously it's Jarrah wood.
Yep.
Is there any certain size for say a certain chopper and like the axe weights and all that kind of stuff? Can you explain a bit?
Well, actually when you're starting off you start with a bit lighter axe just for power and controllability, and they're usually cutting around 300mm logs. This one he's cutting here is actually a 275, a bit smaller.
Yeah.
And in the championships and that we cut bigger logs.
Yeah. Yep.
As in this is a handicap events, where you'd be giving me a fair handicap for Action Man here. Exactly, at least. Actually, he's just about got a front in there.
Yeah.
A few more hits in there, and he's actually made it halfway. And to tell you the truth, that's not a bad effort.
Not bad?
No, not a bad effort at all.
Hold it.
Rightio.
Thank you very much, Steve.
No.
Now, is there any competitions coming up soon that anyone can come down and watch?
Unfortunately, this is our last chop now until we start up. We have a chop at Coolgardie and Pickering Brook, and then it's a royal show. And from the royal show, all our wood chopping starts from every weekend then.
All right.
If we wanted to travel, there's a lot of chopping, of course, in the eastern states, but the expense to go over and compete, and we're always looking for sponsors, of course, anyone out there. I've got 3 sons actually chopping as well, and one's competing at Melbourne show in the under-21 team. And Stephen and Grant are going extremely well too. They're only Stephen's 20 and Grant's cutting a novice here before he's 17.
Yeah. Do they get the handicap like their dad?
No, not yet. You actually got to win your way back there. Like it goes on how much you won to how much you go back.
Yeah.
And then of course there's the championship event. You're all cut off 3. And that's for the top 6 Axemen on the day.
Thought he got stuck there for a minute, out of a good laugh.
He's all power, actually. I'm impressed.
Now, do you also go right around the state and go down south and do events and stuff like that?
Yeah, as soon as that circuit starts up, we travel all the way to Manjimup, cutting our way down. It's just over probably a period of 2 months. There's you go to the Waroona show after Royal, and then Harvey, Brunswick, and Collie, and so forth, and so it goes right on. Yep.
That's awesome. Now, also, what kind of training do you need to get to a competitive standard?
Of course, you've got to train on logs, especially when you're young and getting your technique going. And normally I wouldn't have Axemen. It'd probably take him to an hour to cut that log because I'd be showing him exactly what to do. But as you can see, he's halfway into that, and I think he'll have a very small back in that log the way he's going. He's done quite well.
Manly with this.
Exactly. There is something about an axe.
Action Man says he's feeling manly the first time for everything.
Yeah, that's always good. Well, it's been awesome, and we're not going to sit here and watch him cut because it'll take him a couple of days. But before we do, so how do you feel, mate? You've been going quite a while.
Manly, I feel quite manly.
Now, in English, if you could just say that again for the camera.
Chop wood, I do good, eh?
So are you going to come around and chop that log at my house or what? That's good, mate. Yeah, thank you very much. We're actually going to go to a story I did quite a while ago on squash, so take a look at that. This is my second time playing squash here at the Walter Road Squash Academy. I got it right that time, I can't believe that. And I'm speaking with Sylvester. How are you, mate?
Good, thanks.
Well, I've had a ball just trying to come down here, do something for fitness. My brother and that got us into it. Can you tell me a bit about the basics and what you got in your hands, some of the differences in gear?
Some of the differences are the balls that we use on the courts. For the inexperienced players, the blue ball or the large black.
So no dot should really use?
Probably, yeah, for a starter.
Yeah.
gets you into the game a little bit faster than using the single yellow dot or the double yellow dot balls.
And what is the difference? Is it there more air inside, or?
It's the moisture inside the balls, slightly larger balls as well. They give you a bit more hang time so that they bounce a little bit easier.
All right.
The double yellow is the top of the range that the pros use in the pennants games.
Yeah.
The single yellow dot used to be used a few years back, but it's used less often these days.
Yeah. So is there actually liquid inside these? Is there?
There is moisture in them, yeah.
Okay.
Different levels of moisture that when you belt them, the heat builds up and the moisture expands into the gas and consequently gives you a bit more bounce.
All right, so that's what gives it extra bounce. I thought maybe it'd stay in the air a little bit longer or something, or no?
You get more hang time. They bounce a bit longer. Yeah.
Okay, and some of the gear you got here, the rackets.
Some of our rackets that we or the pennant players use. From the Dunlop to the head.
That's light.
Graphite titanium build.
That's really light compared to what we're whacking around.
110 gram on that one. This one here is around 160 grams for the average type user. A little bit less expensive than the one you're holding there.
So for the average person coming down trying to get into it, what would it cost someone to come down and have it a go?
Basically, get into it, a pair of indoor court shoes and the clothing. You can get rackets right down to the ones that Dan's got there, around about the $30 mark. Or you can go up to these around about the $200 mark and over $300 for the head, which is for
the best,
the keen players.
That's when you're actually good at it and you can hit the ball instead of just missing it and swearing abuse.
That type of thing, yeah.
Now, what is the actual basics? How's the game play? What are the rules?
The basic rules of the game is you've got the 4 walls in the court and your floor marked out. You've got to have 1 foot contacting inside the server box. And the ball's got to come back from that server box into this corner of the court.
Now, does the other guy on this side have to stand in the box as well? He can stand anywhere he likes?
He stands anywhere in his part of the court, to receive the ball.
Okay, and after it's received, can you move right? You can obviously move right around the court?
The general idea is to move into the centre of the court. So you're in, somewhere in that tee, and pretty well always in motion, reading what the other player's going to do with the ball. And the server's got to serve the ball above the centre red line.
Yeah, that was the next question. There's actually 3 different lines on the back wall. What do they represent?
The service line is the centre one. It's got to go above that line and not allowed to go above the top line. Come back into this corner, return back to that wall. It's got to stay above the lower line and below the upper line. As long as he does that and it contacts the front wall again, then it's the other person's got to return the ball back to the wall.
Now, obviously, your goal as a player is to try to make it as hard as you can for the other guy, put it in all sorts of situations, get the other man running. Is that pretty much what you're supposed to do?
Absolutely. The idea is to fool him as much as you can.
Make the other guy run.
To make him run, so he doesn't know where you're going to hit the ball to. And keep out of his road as well, because that's an offence to do that on the court, to block him from getting to the ball. But put it away as far as you can from him.
That's it. Also, you whack it once and you get out of the way, because you can only hit the ball once at a time. You can't keep hitting it.
No 2 bites at the cherry.
Bummer, man. I've been playing the game wrong all this time. Now, what's your actual background with the Sylvester?
Mine?
To play?
I started playing back in 1959. At high school. And I played off and on over the years. Used to play it occasionally over the years to keep fit mainly. But as far as this place goes, I just got involved in it because I bought the property. And from there it's sort of I've stayed with it.
And how's it going down here?
It's been getting quieter and quieter because the older players are disappearing and the other sports are taking over slowly. But squash is here to stay. People want to keep fit. Get on aerobics, run out 1 against 1. Or you can play doubles as well. There is a double situation.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The best thing so far I find, I mean, it's only the second week we've had a go, but just the hand-eye coordination, you start to pick it up a lot more. Don't worry about that part. But I've played all sorts of sports, and just it's amazing because at first you start playing, you're just trying to whack it everywhere. Then you realise, wait the extra second, and just stuff like that. I find that is that pretty much it.
That's it. The thing is, to read the play, read the ball, keep your eyes on the ball constantly, and hold your racket correctly to return the ball to the wall as well.
What's the correct way for holding the racket so I can get it right?
The correct way is to try and get that V part of the hand lined up with the face of the racket.
Yeah. And you want to hold as firm as you can?
Well, you hold it, where you're comfortable. Yeah. And have the right size grip as well, so you don't do any damage to your elbow or your wrist or whatever, so that you're trying to grip something that's too large and hit the ball. So, yeah, that's the basic idea.
Okay, if anyone is watching tonight and lives in the area, we're at the Walter Road Squash Academy. First of all, how much does it cost to rent a court for an hour, and is there any specials coming up?
Hourly rates are $16, and if they come in after 7:30 or before 5:30, we can do a special for them, first timers, for $6 for each. So that makes it $12 for the hour instead of the 16.
And if they didn't have rackets, is there rental available?
Racket hire is available. Not the swishest rackets, but they're available.
They'll get you going, get you started in the game.
Yeah. That's the idea, is to get people started, to get them exercising.
Okay. Now, along your career, how did you go? Did you play at any state competition or anything?
Never. No? Never.
Any famous names come down here and have a whack?
We do. Yeah, we get the odd footballer.
Really?
We also had the number one in the state here till about a month ago, and for financial reasons he had to go north. He's gone to Broome, which is Courtney Diggins. And our state grade team sort of had to fold. But other than that. We get the occasional celebrities that come down and have a bit of a bash.
Like James from Balls and all. I mean,
James and Dan.
Also, is there, if anyone wants to come down, is there like a club also they can join here? Do you get to play competitions and stuff like that? Or is it pretty much just a leisure activity, come down with a friend and give it a whack?
No, you can join the Walter Road Squash Club.
You obviously got to be better than me though, but...
you don't have to, because a lot of the members come down and they impart a bit of training, help you out, to get you on their side if you want to play in a team. So you can join the Walter Road Squash Club and play in the Pennants competition, which is moves around the different courts like Stirling, Mirrabooka, Belmont, even right down to Rockingham.
Right.
So Roleystone, Kelmscott. So there's squash centres in most of the major suburbs.
Just get into it and have some fun.
Get into it, exercise,
Awesome. Well, you'll see me again. I'm going to try and come down every week and lose a bit of gut, but it's not working too well. What is the number down here if anyone wants to contact you and have a chat to book a...
Around? 979 8000.
One more time for that camera.
979 8000.
Thank you very much for talking to me, Sylvester. I'm just going to walk over and talk to a couple of pros over here. So walk right over. And Goonman, how you going?
Oh, great, mate.
Dean Boone. And Boone, how you going there?
Yeah, right, mate.
Great. So you fellas are locals down here. You got me and the guy holding the camera. Steve, how you going? You're a loser. Anyway, thanks for whacking me in the shoulder today. It was great. And you got me somewhere else, but we're not going to mention that. So how have you found squash and what got you started?
That's good. We just came down to, hopefully get in a better shape,
Same reason as us?
Fitness and fun, but we actually found out it was probably more fun than anything,
Is that the same as you?
Oh, lose the gut, mate. You know the situation, don't you?
Yeah. It's all good. All right, well, thanks a lot, boys, and we'll catch up with you.
Oh, sure.
See ya.
And on that fantastic note, I think we'll take a break. He definitely needs one.
Well, welcome back, everybody. We're still here at in Midvale, and I'm having a chat with Craig. Almost having a chop with Craig. Hi, Craig. How you going, mate?
Yeah, well, thank you. Yourself?
Good. And we got Smithy here. How you going, Smithy?
Oh, I'm good. Moose.
He didn't remember his name. I did. And of course, young
Brenton.
Now, Brenton, we just seen you doing a bit of chopping there. How long have you been doing this?
About 6 months.
Yeah. How you find it?
Good. Hard though.
Yeah, and you got some good coaches here, I see, and that helps out a lot.
Old boys, they're good.
Yeah, and one day you hope to be like these guys, or what?
I'll be better than them guys.
There you go, well done. Now, I noticed you guys on your shirt, you got You Brew It. What's all that about?
It's a mate of ours, Todd, got this together, and Well, when
Isn't Todd the one that chickened out and wouldn't talk to her?
yeah, he's the one that chickened out. So I'm the eldest, next eldest, so I got to talk all the...
I think he said only the best looking guys. Is that what it was?
It could have been, and he would have been right too. Yeah. No, you brew it's in Canning Vale to brew your own brewery, and they look after us, sponsorship money, provide us a bit of help with uniforms and that, and get a bit of advertising out of it, because with the agricultural shows you can have thousands of people there. So yeah.
Yeah, I think we haven't done this for a few years now. I think Steve Dinkum used to be with us a long time ago when you guys were down at... where were you? Down south?
Kelmscott show, yes, that's right, yes.
Yeah, now how long have you been doing this, Smithy?
I've been doing this about 25 years now.
Oh, yeah. So you reckon you kind of got it by now, or what?
Oh, I nearly got it, yeah, and that's why I got to drink plenty of this, because this is bloody hard work, this chopping.
It actually would take a hell of a lot out of you. We just seen Axemen and the young fella here just having a go at it. It really takes a lot out of you, doesn't it?
Yeah, it certainly does. Very, very physical sport, very physical. They are second only, I believe, to boxing as far as fitness and strength goes, yeah.
When I've seen is the current world champion still the big fella down in Tasmania?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's still living down there, near Latrobe. Beautiful place. He's still about 25 stone, and he can put a few away too, like you, Moose.
I bet he can. That's why I'm asking about you brew it, see? They're going to make sure that we get a few of the bottles on.
You just mentioned the W Axemen, and they'll give you a good discount, Moose.
Fantastic. Thanks a lot, guys. Congratulations. Oh, and now you're in Canning Vale. You know the number for these guys?
I don't, unfortunately, no.
But it's in the book, isn't it?
In the book.
Under you, brew it.
Bannister Road, Canning Vale.
There you go, and that's how you do it. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks, mate.
Now, someone else who does a bit of brewing, we went to, and we showed you part of it last week, was a great place called Little Creatures down on the old America's Cup Harbor. Go down and have a look, and here's a bit of the story. Now I'm having a chat, by the way, the pale ale's beautiful. I'm having a chat here with Miles. Hi, Miles, how are you?
Yeah, good, Moose. Yourself?
Good. Now we've had to sit next to the kitchen heaven for a bit, because this is the other side of the brewery where you can come, have parties, whatever it may be. What goes on here?
Well, this is our hospitality side where we have all the fun, basically. It's our cellar door where we have the beer on sale to the public, and have a restaurant as well in the bar where people can come over and kick their heels up and have a bit of food that matches with the beer quite well, or just have a couple of beers themselves. We're open 7 days a week, open to midnight, and the kitchen's open to midnight as well, so it's
great.
Yeah, so it's just a great place to come and have a couple of beers and relax in Freo.
And the food is absolutely fantastic too. We get the camera to swing around and have a look at the guys there. They're working with the wood oven. They've been making pizzas for us and some saute sticks and all kinds of stuff tonight.
Yeah, the boys are there cooking away. The pizza kitchen's one of the main things. When you drink beer with your mates, I think one thing that always comes to mind is good pizza. So it's one thing we try to do. So
good
yeah.
Pizza. So any time of the week, 7 days a week, you're open. People can come down here to the fishing boat harbour on the left-hand side. Now today is really all about the launch of the what you call the drums. Is that right?
That's right. Over in the brewery where we've just been, the drums have been launched. They're 12.5 litre mini kegs, so it's your own personal little keg in a way. I think it works out.
I know a few guys who would like to have a few personal kegs.
I think it's everyone's dream to have these little mini kegs, and they've got their own gas system all inbuilt, so all you need to do is
I know a few guys have got those as well.
A few gas systems, especially after a few beers and a few pizzas. But no, it's a great thing. You can take it home, you can take it wherever you want, stick it in your fridge, and it's all little one. I think it's 22 pints, so you can have draft quality beer at home.
That's great stuff. And we see the pale ale, which is one of my favourites, 5.2 I think.
5.2, so it is a strong beer. It's full flavoured. We do that in the drum, and also the Rogers ale, which is a mid-strength, 3.8, a little lighter. Yeah.
This is called a bitter beer, but it's actually got a very fruity taste to it. And I was told it's like a lot of citrus. You use in it as well?
Yeah, a lot of citrus flavours. Well, we don't use citrus, but the citrus flavours come out of the hops that we use. We buy and fly in fact, hops from Oregon in the United States, that Cascade and Chinook hops that have a real full floral citrusy aroma to them once you break them down in a bit of water. So that's the point of difference in our beer, that it is bitter, but it's got a really amazing floral character to it.
And how long have you been going here at Little Creatures, by the way?
Well, we've been brewing since September 2000, and the venue here and the brewery's been open to the public since about November 2000, so about a year and a half. Yeah.
Fantastic. And just one other thing, Little Creatures, how did that come about, the name?
A few different good little stories, actually. We can go on to a few different ones depending on how many beers we've had. But
I don't notice any fur in my glass here.
Well, the main reason is a little bit of fur in your glass. Actually, the yeast that we use, we don't filter the pale when it's on draft here, or in the bottle. We add a little bit of yeast actually in the bottle, and they congeal together and come together, and they're affectionately known as Little Creatures.
Okay, great. So
also, a few of the owners are little people as well, so they're only, especially compared to you, I think.
Yeah, we got a moose here, so there's now, if someone would like to find out a bit more, of course, as we say, Fishing Boat Harbour, come down and have a look, but if they want to find out a bit more, because I'm told it's sold in bottle form in a lot of different, like Liquorland, a few different places.
Yep.
And also, if someone, say, having a party, they want to get some kegs or something, how do they go about that?
Well, it's a couple of different ways. If they want to get it in the bottle, it's in pretty much all major chain bottle stores around Australia, actually. And in Perth, it's in most major bottle shops in each suburb. So if it's not in the bottle shop at home or close to your home, go and ask them for it, definitely. But it's certainly in all the chains. And also down here in the brewery is the best way to come. Really fresh, straight off the brewery. We've got a pallets over there by the bar. You can pick up a couple of cartons, take them home. Or if you want to pick up a keg or the little mini drum, which is certainly the way we want to go about it, only available here from the brewery at the moment, Moose. So you've got to come down and pick them up from us. Have a beer while you're here too.
Why not? Well, come down, have a bit of a look, say good day to the gang. Very friendly group here, and grab a pizza while you're here, and you certainly won't be missing out, or you will be if you don't come by. Thanks a lot for talking
Cheers,
to us.
Moose, no worries. You're welcome.
Cheers. Let's have a beer.
Yeah.
Well, as you know, we do this as a bit of a love job. We have a lot of fun, and every now and then a perk comes along that you just can't refuse. All right? Thanks, everybody. The Little Creatures. Come on, girls, let's go.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And you remember the famous actor Tony Curtis? We've got Scotty Curtis. How you doing, Scotty?
Very good, mate. Very good.
Now, can you tell us a little bit about your experience in wood chopping?
Well, what's to tell?
Well, when did you start? Like, what famous year was that? Yesterday or when?
Back in 1945 I started.
Okay.
And I've been cutting ever since. But I'm getting a bit old now. I'm slowing down very quickly.
Oh, young man. Anything under 100 these days with me is young. Now, actually, can you tell us a little bit about your experiences? What was some of the funnier times, and where have you gone?
Well, I made the stateside in 1970 to go to Tasmania, and back again in 74. We went to Sydney show in 1962. Been Adelaide, been Melbourne, all those places.
Okay, now in Tasmania, it's a little bit harder competing against those people because there was some talk that they have two heads.
Oh, I'd say a lot easier because our wood's a lot harder than what their wood is, and when we get over there, easy cutting, you know.
Okay. Now, when you went on these teams, how many people actually went on these teams?
We're a team of 6.
Okay.
And there's about 3 or 4 of them still here cutting today.
Okay, now compare when you first started to what the industry is like now. What are some of the differences?
Oh, I'd say harder wood. In the early days we had to pick at the wood, but nowadays you have to take what they give you and that's it. Wood's a lot harder. Okay,
then, and in terms of axes, are they about the same size, or has there been any differences?
I think they're a bit wider blade axes these days, you know. In the old days, they're plumb and the high test, but now mostly key steels now, you know, and a nice wide blade on them.
Okay, then now, I don't know if you got a chance to see our famous Axemen in action over there on the wood. Well, now, what do you think about his technique, and what does Axemen need to do to improve and get more action on the wood?
Just a bit more training, I think, and you'd make a good one.
Yeah.
No trouble at all.
He had some skills there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, certainly did.
Okay, then now, do you have any family or sons that were involved in this? Or?
I had my son when he was 14 or 15 cutting, but he was mad on surfing, so I let him go his own way.
Okay.
But we have won a father and son a couple of chops, you know, back in the 50s and 60s. You know.
Okay, now, what is your involvement with this current club?
Oh, I'm just a life member now. I've been here ever since the club started up. I don't know what year it was, back a long time ago.
19 something. Okay. Now, if somebody wanted to get involved and what have you, what would they have to do? And I mean, what do you think, after your experience, makes a good wood chopper?
Oh, you have to be weak in the head and strong in the back, I think.
Well, no wonder Axemen was fantastic. Now, actually, is there any advice you want to give to some of these budding young wood choppers out here?
Oh, no, just come along and train and they'll end up making a good axeman out of them.
Okay. Now, if somebody wanted to come down here and train, is there certain times that you guys get out here and take the kids through the paces or what have you?
Well, I don't come. I come from Mandurah, you know, a long way away now.
Okay.
But they have training nights here, you know. I don't know exactly what nights they have, but they have them.
Okay. Well, good on you. Well, Scotty, thanks a lot for your time and every success to you.
All right, thank you.
75 years young. All right, now we're going to go to a lightning carnival that we did recently involving footy, and it was held by the East Perth Football Club. Hello, now we're down here at Leaderville Oval, and I'm here speaking to John DeSellis, and he's going to tell us a little bit about this day and what's happening. How you doing, John?
Yeah, good, thanks, Wayne. Fantastic. Look, it's really a day for the schools in the local area to come out and play at Leaderville Oval's Lightning Carnival. We've got 12 schools that participate, and it's really a chance for them to play at the East Perth home ground.
Okay, then now what's the age level of some of the kids playing here today?
Yeah, we've got about 250 kids here today, the years 4 to 7, predominantly year 6, 7, so they play about 5 games, so it's really good fun for them.
Oh, excellent. And I mean, you know, this is a good combo, kids can get to know each other. Can you tell us some of the names of the schools that are involved?
Yeah, we've got St Andrew's Grammar, we've got Carmel School, Infant Jesus, Wells Square Primary School, Hillcrest Primary, just about running out of names there, so yeah, there's 12 schools in all.
Okay, now can you tell us also a little bit more about your involvement here with the East Perth Club?
Yeah, sure. I'm the talent development officer here. There's one of me per Waffle Club, and our role is to look after, I guess, junior development within the region, and also look after the Colts competition. And also part of it is recruiting the young players to the East Perth Football Club and to promote the East Perth Football Club.
Excellent. Speaking of talent development, I know a couple of the guys in Balls and All can use that when they go out. So, I mean, that'll be great. We might have to talk to you later. Now, I know it's early days yet, but I know some of these young superstars, like some of these guys standing behind you. Like some of these guys standing behind you, I'm sure they have aspirations to go to the next level. While they're standing here, John, can you tell them what they're in for and what they'll have to do to actually take it another step further in football?
Sure, we have development squads. We have an under 14, under 15, under 16 development squad, and those players who play junior community football are basically selected from there, and they go into our squads. So yeah.
Okay, then yeah, it's definitely good. I mean, like you said, you got about 250 kids out here. Just between you and I, which team is looking the best at the moment?
Look, East Perth is sitting nicely on top of the ladder. That's in the waffle competition, of course, but I think here today, I think Hillcrest Primary School and Wells Square are doing very well.
Oh, okay, then. And this is a day event. I mean, it's a good family event. I guess, you know, families want to come out. I'm looking at your hat now. Smarter Than Smoking. You want to explain that a little bit?
Yeah, Smarter Than Smoking obviously pump in a few dollars to our development programs. They're excellent sponsors. They obviously sponsor events like this, school clinics that we do. They also sponsor our development program also. So thanks very much, Smarter Than Smoking.
Okay, then. Now, you guys are traveling well. You're on top of the ladder. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the new players that you brought in this year to keep you guys going? You're dual premiership holders, is that correct?
Yep, dual premiership holders, going for 3 in a row, sitting on top of the ladder at the moment. We've got 3 umpires out there today, and Dean Buzan, who is with the West Coast Eagles, Sean Baxter from the Western Bulldogs, and also Brent Cowell, who's with Geelong and St Kilda previously. So we've got a lot of talent out there and a very good league squad.
Okay, then, I mean, now for the rest of the league, how do you feel the league is going, and is it in a healthy position? Because I'm sure all these young superstars want to know.
No, honestly, I think the league's in a fantastic position at the moment. Obviously, with West Coast and Freo, there's a lot of interest out there in the leagues, and the Waffle is doing a lot to promote the game as well. So it's been really good.
Now, with what you guys do. Now I noticed that a lot of people will come out of these the waffle and play league, AFL footy. Right now, I know you've had a couple guys that have come from that. Right now, is there any promising people that you could say will probably play AFL next season?
Yeah, absolutely. From East Perth, there's probably 3 players in Craig Glancy, Frank Agostino, also Tim Greeny, who are probably looking to get drafted into the AFL system. So we're very hopeful for them.
Okay, then for some of these younger players that are just starting, can you tell some of these young guys the type of training that you guys would go through when in terms of development?
Yep. In terms of the development squads go for about a 3-month period. They train basically twice a week, which culminates in a carnival, which you play against all the other waffle clubs, which goes over 2 weeks during the school holidays. So it's a big program, yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Now, is there like a number, like if somebody wanted to get involved with this, is there a phone number that you guys can be reached at?
Yeah, look, if the schools want to get involved in our Lightning Carnivals down here, you can reach myself, John, at the East Perth Football Club on 9328 7900.
Okay, then now I think we have young guys from the Carmel Football Club. So if you guys want to just turn to the camera and say hello and wave. All right, then. Just line up behind me. We're going to see if y'all can say balls and all on 3. Let's see what we got here. Let's check your coordination here. 1, 2, 3. Yes, now, you guys, what school are you from?
Brewery.
And who is your teacher there?
Mr. Davis.
And what is your favorite sports and leisure show? Yeah, what school is this? And who is your sporting teacher?
Mr. Grant.
And what's your favorite sports and leisure show?
All right, what school are you guys from?
Columbia.
And who's your favorite teacher?
Mr. Grant.
And what's your favorite sports and leisure show? All right, what school are you from?
St. Andrews.
And who's your favorite teacher?
Mr. Mitchell.
And what's your favorite sports and leisure show?
Bulldog.
Who said The Simpsons? Well, thanks to everybody over there at East Perth. And by the way, they do have a junior football clinic on. Some of the Eagles and the Dockers and the Waffle Stars are going to be there in attendance. It should be good. So make sure you get in touch with East Perth. Give John a call there and he'll look after you. And speaking of camps over the school holidays, you've got one.
Yeah, actually I have 2 camps. One's going to be at Victoria Park Recreation Center on the 7th and 8th. That's a Monday and a Tuesday. And then I'm going to be at Craigie Leisure Center to conduct a camp on the 15th and 16th. They're fun camps, they're instructional, and you have a good time. So come on down.
So seeing how this goes there on the Monday, you've got one tomorrow where?
Oh, the one tomorrow will be at Victoria Park, and then the following week, Craigie Leisure Center.
Okay, is there a phone number if they want to get in touch?
The phone number, if you want to get in touch with Victoria Park, the first camp is going to be 9362-6066.
It's like he's done it before, isn't it? And the other number?
The other number is, you give me 2 numbers at once, I don't know. The other number is Craigie Leisure Center at 9307-4566.
Fantastic. Now don't forget to, before I get to you, the state championship for the junior motocross is being held up at Chidlow's starting today and going through I think till the 12th or whatever. So if you want to know a bit more about that, give the WAJMCC a call. James.
Yes, me and Axemen are actually running a summer camp. It's called You Crack It, and it's happening every week. Just meet me down the local pub and we'll go from there. And is there anything else I'm supposed to say? Oh yeah, how's your hand?
Which one?
Suppose we're getting action from this for a while.
That means it hurts.
Actually, Axemen's going to be running a wood chopping camp over the break. Look, we hope you've enjoyed the show.
It makes you feel quite manly, I tell you that.
First time for everything, baby.
First time he held a good long stiff stick in his hand. Ooh. Anyway, everyone, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you want to get involved with the wood chopping, give them a call. Come down, have a bit of fun. That's of all ages. Or I've got plenty of logs in my backyard and I got a wood fire. That's always handy too.
That's a good way to get out of that one, Moose.
Yeah. All right, everyone, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. And the name of the show is
Balls and All.
Catch you next week.
Come get some.
Balls and All would like to thank the following.